Hey guys, what's up? It's Jimmy, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the first Pokemon game to hit consoles. That's right, today we're going to be snapping pictures in Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64. Pokemon Snap is a first-person, on-rails photo simulator. When I say it like that, it kinda sounds boring, but thankfully this isn't your normal camera sim, it's a Pokemon game. So of course it's gonna have things to make the game lots of fun. In the game you play as Todd Snap, who actually appeared in the Pokemon anime a few times. He's a Pokemon photographer and he travels to Pokemon Island in search of the legendary Pokemon Mew. He's not even trying to catch it, he's just trying to take a few pictures. While at the Pokemon Island, you'll be assisting Professor Oak in taking pictures of all the Pokemon that call that island home. Keep in mind, the game doesn't have the whole roster of Generation 1 Pokemon in it to take pictures of. There's only 63 different species that are available to be photographed in the game. These species of Pokemon live in the 6 main areas on the island that you'll unlock as you photograph more and more Pokemon. Like I said, this is an on-rails game and you're stuck in the 0-1. A slow-moving vehicle that can later be sped up by unlocking another speed for it. To take all these pictures, you're going to need some tools, and Professor Oak is there to supply them to you. First, you get apples. You can use these apples and throw them at the Pokemon, usually harming them a little rather than actually feeding them. And this can be used to lure them to places you want to go, leading them to evolve, or to do funny things, like Pikachu on the surfboard, or Slowpoke, evolving into Slowbro. You can also use Pester Balls, which emit special gas that'll have different effects depending on the Pokemon. For example, Ditto will revert to its default blob state when hit with a Pester Ball. You can also get the Pokeflute to play a short melody to get Pokemon to relax or dance. Some of them end up just being hilarious. Some Pokemon can be very tricky to snap pictures of, so you'll have to be smart on how you take those photos. After you reach the end of the area or run out of film, you'll return to the lab where Professor Oak evaluates the pictures you took. You choose one picture per species, so choose wisely. You'll be scored depending on how they look or how many Pokemon are in the shot. These are the things to keep in mind when you're actually taking these pictures. Once you've gotten to all the areas, Professor Oak will ask you to take pictures of the Pokemon signs. These Pokemon signs are usually nature formations of actual Pokemon, one example being Dotrio or a shadow of a pincer on the wall. After photographing all these signs, a new area is revealed, the Rainbow Cloud. You'll ride around on the cloud searching for Mew. Once you encounter Mew, you'll have to throw Pester Balls to break down the light screens in order to actually get a picture of it.
You see, folks, I don't think this is very logical, because, clouds are water vapor, and water vapor cannot support the moving vehicle that is the 0-1. It is quite heavy, and you're riding in it, so that just makes it even more heavy. That's simply illogical. This is absurd.
This joke is terrible. This is a pretty cool part of the game because you know that since the beginning cutscene you've been on a search for Mew, and now's your chance to finally show your skills and actually take a picture of it. After that, you've beaten the game, you snapped all the pictures and you're good. Now to some, the environments may have not held up very well, as is the case with most N64 games, but the prime reason many fans still enjoy this game today is not because of the graphics, it's the ability to see our favorite Pokemon in full 3D models in their natural habitats, and that's what we got to do. A lot of the Pokemon look just like their official artwork, and it's awesome. The music in the game is actually pretty good. It isn't the best Pokemon soundtrack, but the songs actually fit the levels really nicely. It fits the whole motif of the game, that is just basically a glorified Pokemon safari. Also, the Pokemon in the game use their actual cries from the anime. You can actually hear a Squirtle say, "Squirtle!" and not... It's a nice touch that was unfortunately not included in later Pokemon console games. The game, however, is really short. I managed to beat it in a few hours my first time through. After you earn new items such as Pester Balls and Apples, you can go back into the stages you played before and maybe encounter new Pokemon that you couldn't before. So that adds a lot of replay value to the game because you're constantly going back to see if you can take pictures of any new Pokemon. But unfortunately, this novelty of going back into the stages to find new Pokemon doesn't really last very long. This is probably due to the fact that there's, like I said, only 63 Pokemon in the game, making it pretty easy to snap them all. A few months ago I did a video on how a Pokemon Snap sequel would be pretty cool for the Wii U. If you want to check it out, you can click the link right here. Don't worry, it opens in a new tab so you won't lose your progress on this video. I'm sure that a new installment would be pretty easy to make considering now all these Pokemon have 3D models for Pokédex 3D Pro. And they all look pretty good too. They've been updated so they aren't as blocky and choppy as they used to be. To wrap up this review, I give Pokemon Snap a 7.5 out of 10. This is a great game, but there's no denying the flaws that it has. Not including all the Pokemon and being very short hurt this game's score overall. If it did have all the original 151 Pokemon, I'd probably give the game about an 8. I do recommend it to more hardcore Pokemon fans like I am. You can find it on the Virtual Console, so that makes it pretty easy to access, so go ahead and try it out. Feel free to disagree with my opinion. If you respect mine, I'll respect yours. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you're new to my channel and you like what you saw today, be sure to hit that subscribe button on top of this video right now. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I have a Facebook and Twitter. Links to them are down below in the description. You can find out when I'm working on new videos, playing new video games, or live streaming on Twitch TV. Once again, thank you all so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all next time.